Alright guys, what's going on? Got our 9th war of the season, and my alliance today is going to be facing AGT-G, Agent Graphite. I'll show you really quick both of our alliance ratings. We're pretty close. The actual hero rating of the alliances are really close. It's within a couple million, and the prestige is within about 50 points. So as far as rank 3 6 stars and rank 5 5 stars, we're pretty evenly matched, as well as war rating. And you'll see, skill-wise for this war, we were pretty evenly matched as well. So I'm going to be starting off here on path 4 in section 1, and we're going to be facing, on node 3, we're going to be facing this Mr Sinister, and this is going to be Spite, Toggle Unstoppable, and Flow is the global. So I'm going to use Captain America Infinity War here. And basically what I'm trying to do is parry a couple times, get as many petrifies on him as possible, so that if I trigger Spite or if I trigger Flow, it won't matter a whole lot. It could even reverse some power gain. I'm not actually sure what the thought process is behind putting Mr. Sinister on this node. I get it a little bit more on node 20, where the power gain is pretty crazy until you get to a special 2. And then, until he gets to a special 2, and then he puts a concussion on you that reduces your ability accuracy by 100%. So for this node, I wasn't entirely sure. Here, I went ahead and pushed him to a special 2, wound up my heavy to try to get the fury, but I had the concussion on me, so I didn't get the fury, so my special 3 doesn't do a ton of damage. And now my parries won't work, and I can't hit him while he's unstoppable either, while I'm concussed. So now the concussion's gone. Just gonna go back to fighting him like normal. Just tapping him a little bit. Dexed that special one. And I'm just pretty much gonna parry and heavy. Against Mr. Sinister, you want to crit as little as possible, so again, dexing isn't something that you necessarily want to be doing. And yeah, so this fight, it's a tough node. This fight in particular was not very tough. So I just parried him a few times to build up kinetic charges, got to a special 3, and that will finish the fight. I'm going to be moving along after this to node 20. So you can see down there at the bottom I have a note to myself to put dexterity back on. I removed dexterity and suicides for I removed dexterity for this fight, suicides for this lane. So this is going to be a Dormamu. He's a control defender, and this is going to have brute force, toggle unstoppable, and power focus too. So you can see that without dexterity on, it's really easy to bait out his special ones. And with Captain America Infinity War, it really doesn't matter if he gets to a special 2, because the block damage is virtually nothing. So just went ahead and tapped him there to get brute force off of me. He was being a little bit weird. But there we go. I'm going to go ahead and hit him, and I'm just saving for my special 3 here. So he has a power flood on right now. And since he has the power focus 2, he gains almost no power after he gets to 2 bars of power, so the risk of pushing him to a special 3 is very small. So you can see he was at a special 2 before my special 3. Then after my special 3, he was just over 2 bars of power. So Captain America is actually really good for this node. And then here, no suicides, not enough kinetic charges, and I still got a 50,000 crit to finish the fight. Gonna be moving along here. Had my alliance mate and friend cheerleading there in the war chat, and this is going to be a Taskmaster on path 5 in section 2. And I was a little bit worried about this fight. I did some duels, And my concern was just that once he goes debuff immune, you can't parry him to get your in when he's not unblockable. So I was kind of worried about like block baiting heavies. So I did go ahead and throw on an invulnerability boost for this fight. And since I have the Captain America and OG Vision synergy, he is going to be losing power after every special that he throws. It's going to bring his power down to 0. So while this fight's going on, I will go ahead and say this war was much closer than it should have been. We had one of our best players, somebody who literally never dies, never has a bad war. He had a rough start to this war, and we actually lost 4 attack bonuses like really early on to just errors and not being like in a place to focus for war. So we were playing like behind the 8 ball this entire war, and there was a little bit of a rivalry because I used to play in an alliance with these people, well, with some of them, and somebody in my battle group also used to be in this alliance. So it was actually like, you know, they were really wanting to beat us, we were really wanting to beat them. So it was a lot of fun since they were friends on both sides, but it was also a little bit of a nail biter, a little bit stressful. Definitely did not want to die in this war. So you can see there, all of my worry was for nothing. Taskmaster went down really easily. Gonna move along now. This is gonna be a Morningstar. And I am bringing OG Vision. I like using OG Vision for this fight. I used him last war as well. And just as like, he's really safe. Like it's a boring fight to watch, it's a boring fight to do. But as far as, you know, like just getting out of the fight alive, I'd say that he's among the safest options. So, and I did bring him for synergy, so might as well get some use out of him. So here she went a little bit passive until she got her unblockable. That's fine. This node also has a special 2 bias on it, which is another reason. In retrospect, maybe I should have let her gain a bar of power so that when she's unblockable, I could have been trying to bait out her special 1s. But in the moment, I was just really focused on getting out of the fight as quickly as possible. And with OG Vision, most of his damage, I guess, comes from the power burn. So I was just throwing as many of those as possible, as many specials. You can see I got out of that one super easily. So this is going to be our mini boss here. This is going to be Claire Voyant on the debuff immune mini. Everyone places Claire Voyant here. She can be very tough on this node. If you try to parry her, she gains damage. She can't be quaked on this node. So I was a little bit concerned here about this fight, but this is the main reason I brought the Captain America and OG Vision synergy. If you just look at her power after every special that she throws, see right there, she's over a bar of power, now she has none. So, I was concerned. I did go ahead, got a good intercept there, went ahead and decided to save to my special 3. I wanted to have a soul after this fight because I am going to be lurking for the boss. This war was way too close to go in with guillotine on the first try, but I was hoping to try that matchup out again. It's a Mojo boss, so I'm saving to a special 3, gonna go ahead and finish. And yeah, so that fight's over. It was much easier than I thought it would be. I was a little worried about it, just with the power gain. So next fight here is actually my alliance mate and friend Oz, or Ows. I don't know how to pronounce it, I just know how I say it in my head. This is his Magik versus Mojo fight. He's a very skilled player. Ignore the knocked out guillotine there. He was trying to build her up on an aggression fury node. But yeah, he went ahead and threw on a power start 1 boost for this fight, and I wanted to show this. I thought it was a good fight. There were a couple mistakes, but you can see that his step backs in this fight are just amazing. Like, Mojo has a long dash attack, and when an opponent has a long dash like that, see what he just did again there, you can evade and actually get the dexterity buff, and you can counter with a light or a medium depending on the animation and get your ins that way. It's a lot safer than just outright intercepting. So he usually takes our Mojo bosses. He was not around for the last tour, which is why I got to try with Guillotine. But generally speaking, he takes all of the Mojo bosses, and he always does a really nice job. So you can see here, Mojo's AI is going to get a little bit passive and weird here at some point. Like that was kind of a sketchy intercept there. Got a good stand-up intercept. Mojo's playing into him pretty well right now. He's going to go back. Mojo didn't dash in. Got a light attack intercept right there, which is also safe and really good. But you can see there are like several different types of intercepts that you have to use for different circumstances. So there he's going to get his sidestep intercept in, where he evades and then goes in for the light attack. And he's going to get another stand-up intercept there, drop another special 2, go for another stand-up intercept, missed it just a little bit, got a backdraft off the wall, and fight's over. So awesome job. I don't want to say that I was hoping for failure. I definitely wasn't, but I was waiting in the wings. So you can see everybody's really excited for him. This was a really close war. And lucky for us, we did end up winning. We won by 1 attack bonus and a couple of diversity points. So these guys were not fully diverse. If they had been, it would have been much closer. But yeah, the difference was literally 1 attack bonus. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.